Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. It's August 29th, 2024. Great to be with all of you today. My name is Bob Lang, and it's time for our Daily Bites, which we come at you every Monday and Thursday morning, roughly around 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, 8:30, 8:45 a.m., to talk about the markets and talk about what happened previously, maybe a little bit about economics, data, Federal Reserve policy, Fed funds futures, that sort of stuff. Kind of give you a whole glimpse of how things are going to help you make better choices, better decisions in your trading each and every day. So Thursday, here we are. And we are one day past the big event, NVIDIA earnings, right? Everybody was all looking forward to that yesterday afternoon. And when the news finally broke, I think everybody's I think the reaction was this. They gasped in with air, and then all of a sudden exhaled, and finally that's behind us. Certainly, the volatility index, it believes that. We see the VIX is down about a point here, which was interesting because we not only had the uncertainty over the NVIDIA report, and now if you didn't believe that NVIDIA was going to beat their earnings, you probably were living under a rock. They've been beating earnings for the past few quarters. I think, however, if we just assume they're going to beat earnings every single time, that's a very complacent attitude, and it eventually will be paid back with some pain at the moment or at the time that they don't deliver good earnings. If they disappoint or it's just not good enough, the bar raises higher every single time NVIDIA comes out with an earnings report. So maybe it's next quarter, maybe it's coming up in November, maybe it's the following quarter, maybe it's February, who knows? But as it is right now, not too much excitement or enthusiasm over the report. The stock looks like it's down about $4.50 from the close, well off the highs, but much higher than it was on August 5th when the stock touched close to $91. The stock is still up about over 30 to 35% from those lows. So what sort of influence will NVIDIA have over the rest of the markets? Quite a bit, actually. We do see the Nasdaq up nicely right now, 50 points, probably influenced by the strong earnings reports from Salesforce. Also, some of the smaller names like Viva Systems, Affirm are also up strong. Affirm up real solid, up over $7. We added some of that the other day in front of earnings. But some other names in the semiconductor space are a little bit soft today. Broadcom being one of them. We have earnings coming out later on tonight from MRVL, and that's down a little bit as well. Intel, of course, just can never get out of its own way. This morning, we did have some earnings reports coming in from a few retailers. Dollar General, just horrible, absolutely just miserable. And Dollar Tree, which did not report, is also getting some pin action to the downside from Dollar General. That stock is just getting hammered. Birkenstock down a little bit. E1-800 Flowers up a bit. But the big star of the morning has been Best Buy. And you can see Best Buy up about 15% early this morning, up to $101. It's a great earnings report, and it guided higher. So I think that was a bit of a surprise for most people. We also see on the board here Amazon up a little bit here. We see Apple was upgraded this morning by Citigroup. I think it made it top pick. It's up over $230 this morning. So that's a nice strong move there. Microsoft getting a little bit of action off of that. So is Netflix, and Tesla's up a few dollars here too. So it's looking like it could be a good strong day for the tech sector if the buyers step in there today. We did have a lot of movement down in the Nasdaq earlier in the week, and it continued yesterday. Let's take a look at that chart here. You can see from last Thursday, that big, huge, heavy bar. We've had a series of lower highs and lower lows, and that is a textbook downtrend, right? But you could also argue a bull flag here, right? Now, what would constitute this following through as a bull flag pattern? You've got to make a move back up here and then get through that high from last Thursday, right? Let's call it about 486.45 and a half, 486 from last Thursday. We're at 471 right now, so that would be quite a move, about 2.5–3%. So the QQQ has fallen sharply over the last 5-6 sessions, and again making lower highs, lower lows. I thought it was going to make a run towards this 20-day moving average, which is the dotted line here. Comes in at around 463. It was a little bit lower than that, and almost actually hit that in the after hours last night. It was about 466 I saw, which was about the lows from yesterday. But it did bounce off of there, so we'll see what happens. I'm not sure. Maybe yesterday's move was the exhausting move. We did crack down to about the 50 level on the relative strength, as you can see that right over here. And if we bounce off of that, then that would be certainly be a positive for the bulls as we head into the holiday weekend. We have 2 more days of trading until the end of the month, until Labor Day holiday kicks in. That is next Monday. The next day of trading will be on September 3rd. And look at the indicators over here. We do see the MACD is still on a buy signal. Even as we pulled back sharply over the past 5 sessions, money flow is still positive as well too. So, I would grade the chart as indicators are mixed right now, and the price chart we just have to see what the next move is going to be. If the next move is going to be up, and we get a higher high and higher low, then fantastic. We can work with that. If it's going to be down, then we have some support levels down over here. Again, the 20-day moving average, and even a little bit lower than that on the QQQ, which is the 100-day moving average. Let's call it 459, roughly 460 on that 100-day moving average. Is going to get tested over there. So that those levels might set up a nice spot to buy the dip. Okay, so anywhere between say 463 all the way down to 460, if we get down to those levels, would be a good spot to look to add. Some stocks that I have on my radar screen here. I've always been very fond of DELL. I've played this one for many years, leading back into the 90s. I like DELL over here, even though the chart isn't as fantastic as I would have liked. Certainly not the way it was back in May, when it ran all the way up to about 180, but it is down sharply from where it was before. And I do think that this stock has got some legs. It may not move up tomorrow. It may not move up next week, but I think over the next couple of months, I think we're going to see some strength in DELL, and I have a good position in this one as well. So MRVL is another one that we have on my radar screen over here. Again, this is a stock that is probably going to move with NVIDIA today, but then they have the earnings tonight, so it'll be moving on its own tomorrow. We'll see what happens there. Also, a couple other names that are going to be reporting tonight that really have ugly charts. Lululemon, LULU is the symbol on that one, and you can see how ugly that one is. And the MongoDB. This is also atrocious looking chart. It's just absolutely dreadful. Autodesk will be reporting later on tonight as well too. That's an improvement from where it was the early part of August. It's making higher lows in the chart, and it just went above the July highs over here, but pulled back. So this one might be worthy of a play here. However, just remember something. Autodesk is one of those highly volatile names. It could move up 15 and then move down 13. It could move up 20, it can move down 25. So if you're willing to stomach some of that volatility, well, Autodesk is the play for you. And finally, ULTA Beauty is going to be coming out. Again, another stock chart that's pretty atrocious over here, but they've been paying for it. And then more recently, a couple weeks ago, you may recall that Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway took a stake in the name, and the stock gapped up really high and made a run towards that 100-day moving average, but got rejected on it. If they, have any whiff of a good earnings report or some good guidance, the stock is going to be well over 400 over the next several days. So keep an eye on ULTA. I'm not a big fan of this one until it gets well over 410, 415, but still that's only about less than 5% away from current levels, current prices over here. So oscillators, they pulled back quite a bit. They were mildly overbought on the oscillators several days ago, and now we've pulled back down. The Nasdaq is actually negative right now, and the New York Stock Exchange is slightly positive. I read the Tom McClellan's report, and you can see here he's going to go short-term bearish if the New York Stock Exchange sees more than 176 declining issues at the close on 30. So what does that mean? What does that mean? It means that if we get 176 differential, more names going down versus going up today, 176 or more, this oscillator is going to roll down below zero. It's currently at plus 24, but it will take 176 issues to get down below zero. And he thinks that if the oscillator gets below zero, then we're going to roll over. He's going to go short-term bearish, and we're going to have some more downside. So we'll see. He's not too wrong when it comes to making these sort of other predictions. The jury's out. But right now, I think that this particular one is one to pay attention to as well. And I think that's going to be it, everyone. I'm going to lay it down here. Have a great day. Have a great trading day. Have a nice long weekend, everybody. We won't be on the air here with the Daily Bites on Monday, obviously because of the holiday, but we'll be back on Thursday, which is the 5th of September. Coming at you, talking a little bit about the last part of this week. Don't forget, tomorrow, last day of trading in August. It's been a fairly decent month, right? Let's see. Let's take a look at the performance here. So S&P 500 so far up 3% in the month of September. Look at the explosive options new name swing trade alerts portfolio up 35% so far. We're only down about a little less than 1% on the week, almost in line with the SP 500, where the SP is only up 17%. We've more than doubled what the S&P 500 has done in 2024. Also, the Nasdaq up 15%. It's had a terrible week. Had a terrible day yesterday, down more than 1%. It's only up 15% for the year. And then the Russell 2000, single digits, 8%. We've more than 4 times better than the Russell 2000 in 2024. So with 4 months left to go, we got a good lead, up 35% for the year after being up almost 35% in 2023. So we're on a good pace over here to post a really strong year back to back. So we have a lot of room left to go. We have a lot of time left. It's only the start of September. 4 full months of trading left to go before the end of the year. So we're hoping that this 35% for the year at the end of August grows significantly for the rest of the year. So if you're not on board, time to get on board. I mean, what would a 35% gain do for you and for your portfolio if you were in the service? I think probably it would probably goose your returns and goose your wealth as well too. So that's going to be it, everyone. I appreciate everybody spending a little bit of time with me. Please send this out to all your friends and anybody else you can out on Twitter, out on LinkedIn, or Facebook, or Meta, or Threads, whatever you use for social media. Please send that out. I appreciate that. And again, we'll see you next week. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the holiday. And thanks to everyone for spending a little bit of time with me today. And have a great trading day today and tomorrow. Take it slow, take it easy, have some puts, have some cash, and look for some opportunities. Take care, everyone. Bye.